Every now and then, a game comes along that surprises you. I had heard good things about Bastion and wanted to take a look, and the PC release was the perfect opportunity. I was expecting something good, but we're talking good. I loved this game.
Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky.
The game opens with a single line of dialogue, and bam, straight into the action. I've gotten so used to those long cutscenes and openings and things that I actually sat there wondering why nothing was happening until the push WASD move screen popped up.
Where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble.
The best part is, the whole game is like this. The story never interrupts the game for more than a few seconds. You're almost always in control and doing something. There's one sequence at the very end of the game that really illustrates how powerful this can be. If it had just been a cutscene or static cinematic, it would have had significantly less impact. And there is a serious story here. It was well written, even if the twists were a little on the predictable side. I don't think they were intended to be unpredictable. But it's surprisingly dark, especially given the cartoony style of the graphics.
Kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around. You don't much care to see him. Not like this.
The most impressive thing about the story is the use of the narrator. At first he does little more than make remarks about what you're doing. I thought I would find his constant commentary annoying, but looking back, the early style to him seems to be just so you get used to him. Before long, with increasing frequency, the narrator introduces you to the world, what happens to it, the creatures, everything. The story really starts to snowball into excellent territory by the end of the game. It does start a little slow though. I found myself caring about the world and the characters without once having to read a novel of text or navigate massive dialogue trees. Even the areas that most games would use as optional arena grinders for just extra experience and money are strung together with the character's backstory. This was very interesting. I was compelled to finish them, and I normally wouldn't bother with that sort of thing in these types of games.
You never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his.
The story alone would have made the game good, but everything else in the game is solid too. The visuals are excellent and surreal, the animation is fluid. The music is wonderful as well, both in quality and how it is used. The music fits wonderfully with the mood of what they're trying to say, and even the deliberate lack of music is used to good effect. Even the gameplay can stand on its own. It feels good, the weapons have good weight and impact to them. This is really important stuff for an action game like this. And there's lots of them to choose from. It's maybe too many special moves, though. I only used maybe 4 of them, and I found them all over the place. But there's lots of upgrades. Each weapon has 5 upgrades along 2 paths. They make a huge difference in the way that they work. The game even includes a New Game Plus mode, so you can play through with everything you've already unlocked, and unlock even more stuff, which is great. Each weapon has a challenge area to help you learn how to use them. It shows up shortly after you pick up the weapon. Some of these are more puzzle-oriented, like the Breaker's Bow, pop all the targets in as few shots as possible, or frantic action, like the Machete's kill them all as fast as possible challenge. Some of these are really difficult. Heck, if you're finding the game too easy, you can deliberately make the game harder using the Temple, which can give enemies all sorts of various bonuses, although I don't suggest you turn them all on unless you really want a challenge or you like dying. The game does have a couple of flaws that I would like to point out. Controlling the game with the keyboard is generally fine, but you can tell the game was designed with analog in mind. Several platforms are angled such that you need to zigzag slightly to avoid falling off using the WASD controls. There's also a part in the final stage where they replace your dodge roll with a jump mechanic for a few minutes. Then they take it away from you again. You never see it again. It seemed really arbitrary at the time. Also, the game has 2 endings which you pick from at the very end, which came across a bit weak. I would have liked to see more of your choices throughout the game to influence the ending, rather than the typical, hey look, it's the end choice situation. These complaints are minor at best. Overall though, I loved this game. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 and a must-buy. Not just for this game, but I would love to see what else Supergiant Games is capable of. Well, that's it for Bastion. Next time, I will be taking a look at Deus Ex Human Revolution, a much later sequel to a game that already had a sequel that was mediocre. We'll see if this sequel's any better than the second game. Until then,
we got something to gain, and only their sorry hides to lose.